Welcome back, guys, to the Weebs Closet. My name is Nekko.
I'm Jake.
And today the Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse Part 1 first look dropped. Earlier it was 4 hours whenever I first saw that it dropped, and now it's probably around 12 hours since I saw that it dropped. It's a 2-minute clip, so I honestly don't expect much. And it could be a bamboozle.
Yeah, I was telling you, right? Wait, what do you mean bamboozle?
It could be something that's not even a trailer, like you said.
I think it takes place right where the last one left off.
Because I think I saw something in the little clip, the little image, and it is reminiscent of how the ending of the first movie ended, which was like a weird portal and saying, "Hey, Miles, you got a second?" It's like, "Yeah, buddy, yeah, come on." It's like, okay.
When I was hanging out with my sister and her friends, that's what, like, one of the guys that was there is like a filmmaker. Now he just graduated from film school like a year ago, and so he's like super into movies like I am, and he was like, or I was telling him that the teaser got dropped, and he said that he wasn't excited for it. I'm like, dude, the first one's like one of the best freaking superhero movies of all time.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, it is, but it's not the same director on this one, and a lot of this team apparently changed.
I hope that he's able to deliver to match up, to at least match up or exceed. Right? If you can exceed, then better.
Yeah, I actually want to freaking look up if.
But that is definitely something that it could affect how this movie looks or how it does. Because I feel like everything, the direction, the choices, everything had a purpose. Even like the biggest one that like escaped me the first time was whenever Peter and Miles meet for the first time, the first Peter that died.
Yeah.
That like whenever their spidey senses collide, Miles Morales had the green and purple background, which it's alluding to the Prowler and kind of like a bad side, and like the little time spent with Spidey kind of changed back to like red and blue, so signifying that this meetup right here is what changed Miles Morales' path to the righteousness. And it was like, oh shoot.
So what you're saying is he didn't need to have sex with him to bond with him. You guys missed a whole other conversation we had before we shot this.
Yeah.
Anyway, Spider-Verse director Peter Ramsey is also returning as an executive producer alongside Aditya Sood. Yeah.
Wait, who?
Aditya Sood.
No,
you don't know Aditya Sood?
Yeah, no, for sure.
Peter Ramsey, the guy that directed the first movie.
Okay. So it is.
As an executive producer.
So it's not the director.
No.
But I mean, he still has some sort of influence, though. Some sort of influence. I mean, I'll be honest. If I'm directing something and it so happens that the director that directed the last one of the things that I did, I will go for him to like for questions. It's like, why do you make these choices? What were the ideas? Okay, let me see if I can follow with it.
But I guess, but he's like straight up an executive, which means I don't even know if he has that much say in how the story goes.
No, but if a director wants to ask questions, you know, like there's still gonna be influence.
I mean,
whereas
if you're the director and you don't know what your vision you have,
I mean, sometimes you just make it on the go.
And you know, we call those people Tommy Wiseau.
I was about to say the room. That's funny. Alrighty, it's too long for an actual 2-minute video, so let's go ahead and hit it up. Right. 3, 2, 1, let's jump. Okay, there you go. I gotta sit for a second.
I would like to see a superhero movie where they just make it up as they go along.
Did you watch Kick-Ass?
Is that what it feels like to you?
No, I was thinking more of the Dragonfly.
Oh, superhero movie.
Yeah, superhero movie. There you go.
Yeah, that for sure.
Bro, you need to clean your room. Like, he has a fucking ramen cup.
You got a minute? Oh,
what? The question is just like how
did you get?
Yeah.
How have you been?
That's the voice of Vi, by the way.
Is this
from Arcane?
Nice.
It is, but my dorm room is very adult.
Right. No, of course. Hey, are these your drawings?
What? No,
Oh,
no.
good. I missed you too.
Okay. So, what are you doing here?
He does look slightly older.
Yeah, he definitely looks older, without a doubt.
Want to get out of here?
And less twiggy, like less of a twig.
You're Spider-Man. And you're grounded.
Spider-Man grounded?
I mean,
I love this already. I love it. I love it so much. And I'm glad that they get to see each other again. I was really, really fond of their relationship.
Yeah. It wasn't like a lovey-dovey
Exactly.
thing. It's
it
so
was
weird.
Yeah.
Like, you would think that it would be like that, but it wasn't. Now, like, I'm wondering if this is a finalized art style right here.
It will be crazy because
Yeah.
it's the different style that still
Oh,
looks
that's Spider-Man 2099 right
Yeah.
there. So that's Miguel.
928. It said 928, so like I wonder if that's like another year, another world.
That's crazy. Wow.
928. I feel like that has to be like some sort of a comic book reference.
Oh, yeah. Across the spot. I love the title. And yeah, it's part one of 2. That's so strange. Like, wouldn't part 2 just be Into the Spider-Verse 3? Or like put a different title on it? Why Across the Spider-Verse part 1 and part 2, you know? Like, that means that these movies really have to go hand in hand with each other, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so like I do feel like it is just because they want to explore many universes, and they don't want to get caught up in making it too short, where it ruins the growth of each different movie. I'm gonna go back to the scene where like he got grappled because it has to be an issue number
Yeah.
928. Okay, so I did see it right.
I don't even know if they've written that many Spider-Man comics.
But that's the thing is it an issue or is it like a time period of one of the Spider-Mans like year 928 or whatever? It's far fetched, but
Medieval Spider-Man.
I don't know.
That'd be cool.
Or 928 ever since the world got restarted for the 3rd time. You know what I'm saying? Like
Maybe.
you know.
Yeah, I think you could be onto something because I know that like the 42 on the spider that bit Miles Morales, that's a reference to Jackie Robinson, the first ever African American Major League Baseball player. So that's why the spider that bit him was number 42. So we're seeing Miguel, and I wonder if we're gonna see Ben Reilly also.
It's funny because I didn't even know that he had a different name. I honestly thought he was
really?
another Peter Parker.
Oh yeah, 2099. No, yeah, 2099 is a completely different character altogether. It's actually kind of crazy that we haven't seen him. Like, we saw him in after credits of the first Into the Spider-Verse, which was
The dumbest
fantastic.
thing. It was funny. Like I love because it was the meme all over again. And I
Which
loved
you
it.
know you're gonna see in No Way Home. If they don't put that in No Way Home, I will lose my shit.
I really doubt. I mean, as in, not necessarily comic booky, but like all three like pointing at each other. I hope. I really want to see that. That's like a dream come true.
That's really why I like Spider-Man. It's not just that I like the hero. I like how wacky the lore gets with Spider-Man, and it just like going even back to like the '90s cartoon with Madam. I was about to say Adam Webb. No, Madam Webb. And like
Adam West.
Adam West. But yeah, I like Spider-Man.
Dude,
I'm super excited for this.
I'm excited. I like how she looks because it's funny. You said that her voice is Vi. Was her voice Vi's voice still?
Haley Steinfeld voices her and Vi.
All right, so at least they kept the same voice actors. I'm glad. I like her design. I think it changed a little bit since we last saw it. I still love her hoodie. I just love the Spider-Gwen's hoodie. Is amazing.
Yeah, it's honestly, in terms of female Spider-Man characters, probably my favorite design.
It's not too. Let's say like the biggest problem is like a lot of female characters get sexualized or over sexualized, and this is just so a comfortable fit. It's not like anything. It's just comfortable hoodie. That's it. And it's funny because I don't know if it's alluding to the idea. I mean, I really doubt because back in the day this wasn't a problem. But the fact that you ladies out there keep running away with our hoodies, stop it.
She probably stole somebody's, maybe Peter's in another universe.
And then she just turned it into her costume.
Well, he died. I don't know if you remember. He died in her universe. Do you think we're going to see any of the other characters from the old movie, or do you think they're just gonna keep introducing new Spider-Man
I
characters?
hope they introduce new ones, but I would love to see if they revisit some of them. For example, I want to see Peter B. Parker with the Mary Jane, had a kid.
Yeah.
You know, and
Okay, yeah, definitely.
I would like to see that. I would like to see a glimpse, even if they don't talk, but rather he's like looking at a dimensional window and he's seeing it, and he's like, "That's great," and then just walk away. I'm not gonna mess with that Spider-Man. He has his own life right now. I need to do something else.
Yeah.
And I think my favorite Spider-Man in the Spider-Verse was Spider-Man Noir.
by Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, Nicolas Cage. I loved
he
him.
was so amazing in the first movie.
Like,
so great.
It's funny, and to think that it was Nicolas Cage doing it was so amazing. I loved.
It's perfect.
Nicolas Cage is one of those actors that you don't know if you would want to love or hate because he's just so open for everything.
Yeah.
But sometimes it just backfires so bad. But I loved him in National Treasure. I loved him in all these other movies that he has played. Gone in 60 Seconds, one of my favorite movies. Like back in the day with Angelina Jolie. But nonetheless, I do hope that we see some of the old ones and get even newer ones. And especially, I feel like this is definitely a good theme that they're going on, and is that it's not about Peter Parker anymore. They're now getting Miles Morales. They got Gwen. They got Miguel. So I wonder if it's just gonna try to introduce every single Spider-Man that it's not Peter Parker, just so they have the spotlight for the first time. And what seems to be 3 decades, 4 decades in movie. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like I'm dating myself at this, but nonetheless. I'm excited. It's funny because it's just like the first look, and I feel like we're gonna be going all ham with the newer videos and whatever. So we're stretching this a little bit too far for 2 minutes, 2 minute episode. 2 minutes video.
No, but yeah, I think it's a testament to how much we're looking forward to this, because the first one is just. I really hate saying a movie's perfect, but when I saw that first Into the Spider-Verse movie, I was just like, damn.
It's such a high 9. That's just...
Yeah. That's a really good way to put it. Like, I love Spider-Man 2, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2, because I think it just showed like a real Spider-Man and a real, like, if Spider-Man was real, what would he be struggling with? But this, you can take Spider-Man like that, where it's very grounded, or you can go really comic booky with it, where it's very wacky, it's across the multiverse, and it really works.
Yeah, and it definitely still tackles the real life situations of like the relationships with parents, and other some of your heroes fall. Not only talking about the first Peter Parker, but talking more about the Prowler, because for Miles, the Prowler, or his uncle, he was like it was a big role model for him, and all of a sudden it's like it's nowhere near what he should have been or thought he was or whatever. So I think the first movie had a lot of lessons in it, and it was pretty good, even though that he had his wacky moments. It had Peter Parker, for God's sakes, it's like it was definitely wacky. But man, I cannot wait. I really don't want him to be back, Peter Parker, but at the same time I don't mind him if he's in it.
Wait, Peter B. Parker or Peter Parker?
Peter Porker.
Oh, Porker.
All this time that's times I was talking about Porker being like the pig, being wacky and making it kind of like and it's somebody that I don't want to see.
I think they're gonna introduce enough to where like they may bring one character back, but they're gonna just try to move on to new characters.
Yeah, okay, give that revolving door. I would love it.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll call it.
See you guys. We're excited.
All right. Goodbye.